Hi, this is Andrea, and I wanted to talk to you today about the strength of a woman and what that means for us today. This voice recording isn't specifically for women. It's important for the men in our lives and our daughters also, so that we can all work together on helping women to become all that they are, so that we can nurture and support and love and give more in our world today. There's a lot of unrest within women lately, a sort of frustration which I'd like to see as a fire burning inside of us, knowing that there is more and that we want to give and be more, and it's finding our way to do that given what has been before us and what is the way now in our current world. And I think it's really important that we honor the women of the past and our ancestors, because they had a physical strength, and as we emerge now in our current world, we're finding an inner strength, a knowing. There's, the shadow side coming up through us. We're facing our fears and we're shaking up what we learned in our past and what we were told, and finding our true soul truth, and that deep inner knowing. And there's a lot of wrestling with allowing this, and the best way is just to, as best you can, let it flow. But I do feel as women it's very, very important that we allow ourselves to become strong, and that is in many ways. It's a strength of character, it's a strength of belief, it's a strength of physicality. So it's important that we build ourselves up, we choose foods that are nurturing and nourishing to us. We honor our cycles, where we have phases within the menstrual cycle of rest, which would be around the time of menstruation, where we go more inward and reflective, and we may want to take more time out from people because we become super sensitive to everything that is around us. And then there will be phases of our menstrual cycle where we will feel stronger and more confident and want to be part of everything that's going on around us and contributing, and our bodies feel stronger. So it's important that within our cycle we honor the energy flows, while also within the bigger picture allowing ourselves to become physically strong. It is important to move, it is important to be active in whatever way that inspires and gives you energy and that feeling of self-power and strength. So for me, I do my triathlon training. What this does also for me is not only build a strength and a self-belief in my body and a respect for what my body can achieve, but it also encourages me to eat well and nurture my body, or else it's gonna fail me and I'm gonna fail her, and run into trouble with getting burnt out, losing my strength, falling ill. So it's very important that we eat well and that we become more active through various forms of sport, and to balance that. So there should be an aspect of strength so that our bodies become physically strong, an aspect of endurance so that we have stamina, and it's important also that we honor our flexibility and do more gentle type exercise as well. So strength in many ways for women is that we become strong within our bodies, but that also gives us a feeling of presence. We become more confident because we have connected in with our physical presence, which then allows us to feel like we have more of a support structure around that inner, gentle, kind, soft, loving hearts of ours, which feels so very, very vulnerable. And it's finding that balance even within this physical strength and then this inner, peaceful, gentle strength. So in essence, we're sort of marrying the physical strength of our ancestors and the emerging emotional strength of our present now, and teaching the next generation, our daughters, to be all that they are, and they are more than us. It is important that we go through any paths of our inner, figuring out our inner insecurities and letting go of any feelings of inadequacy with ourselves, and gaining a confidence within ourselves, so that as we support and nurture the young women of tomorrow, there is no envy or jealousy or a feeling of subconsciously wanting to suppress because we fear that in their growth we become inadequate and less, and that is not the case. We are all connected in blood, and everything that you are doing is allowing for what comes to be more. So you're very important in this path, and it is important that shining your light and your strength, you empower the women around you, the younger generation. And for the women that aren't mothers, which includes myself, there's a very important path for us also. So all women, coming together more in a sense of community where we can, and I think this is very, very important. We all have something to share with one another, to empower one another, and to applaud one another, and to encourage one another to follow the paths of our own unique and individual strengths. And in loving and encouraging one another, it allows us to shine more, because the light and the love that we see from others is a reflection also of what is coming from without. So give everything that you have, love with all that you have, embrace and shine it out for other people. And I know not everyone is going to get it, and there's going to be so many times when our hearts feel hurt, because don't forget that this is all very new, and the women have come through having to prove themselves, having to fight, having to compete against men. Well, in essence, not really having to, but this is the way it's been. So it has been seen as competition, and we are the worst at competing against ourselves, and that is because of our own fears of being inadequate and not being seen or noticed. And we don't need to be seen or noticed to be making a difference. So whenever you feel all these emotions coming up, know that you're releasing and healing all the energy of what has been before and what is around us now, and be brave and bold and honor. This is important. It's important for all women. What you're doing, what I'm doing, what my sister cousin Vicky is doing, and every woman that I know is doing is important. So be patient with yourself. I'm just checking if there's anything that I had forgotten to say. You might laugh, but where I get my moments of inspiration and where I got inspired to do this talk was actually sitting on my bicycle inside, because it's still winter, cycling at 30 kilometers an hour, sweating my pants off, and I just get this stream of, I've got to write this down right now, I've got to speak about this and let others know, and I'm here with you all and feeling you all. And it just goes to show that we don't have to stop and sit on the side of a mountain to be aware and present in life, to feel what we're meant to feel, to share what we're meant to know. If you ask and allow it in, it's going to come to you, and it's going to come with a wallop that will make you stop. I wrote down in scribbles off of my bike what had come to me, and I got back on, and I had in my mind, I'm going to do my 50 minutes, but this is calling, so I've stopped, and I'm speaking to you, and this is the way it's going to come to you. And it's important that if you want, that you stop and allow it and share it, and it's going to come in the most random of ways. You're going to cross people in your path where you've got to stop and tell them something. You've got to stop and share what you know, or smile, or a part of you will just feel, I've got to connect with this person. And you know what? You may have turned their day. They may be in a place where they're really struggling, and in just those few seconds where you connected, you may have turned their whole day around and allowed them to smile and then share with someone else. And it's like this massive domino effect where we're all helping one another, and you may not realize how how much that is. Everyone in our normal day-to-day life has the potential and capacity to inspire everyone around them, and that grows exponentially. And our world has forgotten that, it's the normal people that are the ones where change happens. We're surrounded by media and celebrities, and we think, oh my God, I can never reach all of these people. Look at this. I mean, Kim Kardashian could probably go for president and get it, because everyone is following her. But don't forget your own power, It's there. So, for the next while, and today, and in your dreams and your meditations and your quiet moments, look within your own life and seek that balance of being strong and taking time out, of being outdoors and being indoors, because you need that balance of nature, of being around people and of being on your own, of giving and of taking, of moving to be fit and strong and resting to recover, to be in the community, and look at that balance everywhere. The new and emerging you may sometimes feel a little challenged by everybody around you not getting you yet. So at times you're going to feel these bubbles of frustration and a sense of, let me out, this is me, and I want to be here and present right now. And it can almost bubble up as anger, and that's because that feeling within you is your fire, it's your passion, it's your energy. But harness it and allow it to propel you forward on the path without wasting your energy on feeling like you have to prove to everybody what you are. Just go and be gently and peacefully and quietly, but also purposely and with strength. So harness that inner fire and cherish and honor and validate and believe in yourself. And I'm waffling on a little bit much now, so I'm going to get back to my training. And I would love if people can connect with this and leave your comments and tell me about your passion and what you want to achieve next. And you'll find that in your sharing that the next person will be inspired, and they'll support you, and they'll add in what they want to do, and we'll support them. And together, even though we all feel so disconnected by borders and oceans and mountains and vast amounts of distance, we are all connected, every single one of us. And there's a powerful female energy rising right now, and it's here to make a difference. And it's here to make a difference by loving our men, by loving our children, by loving our world, by loving our governments, and by starting to have a voice that's harnessed with that inner fire. I love you all. Have a great day.